for being boosted. Alright, let's talk about arms, guys. Sudden Death, pretty much the go-to town here. Applies deep wounds, does execute damage, and you proc it a lot, so Stormbolt here, I just like it because of the stun. I like Ren just for the bleed. You can really use it over here, but I use Ren. These are the talents I take, by the way. It doesn't mean you have to take them, but defensive stance for the reduced damage, Warbreaker for the AoE damage increase, this for the damage increase, and this for the damage increase. We're pretty much going to run in there and Blade Storm everything. Probably not. Seems like the Alliance already kind of fell away, but we'll Blade Storm these two guys because we'll actually do good damage to them. We'll use Sweeping Strikes here that I already used. I'm going to try and get a big Mortal Strike on that guy. Didn't really do much to him, so that's good. I'm going to rep that. All I can do is just apply Mortal Strike and Rend. I didn't get any sudden death procs there. I was wondering why the gameplay was so slow there. I'll see what happens further up the line. So again, get your 2 overpower stacks, which is very easy to do. Once you get those 2 overpower stacks, you want to use it on a Mortal Strike, because the Mortal Strike will just apply a pretty large damage over time, and just do a ton of damage. I mean, my Mortal Strikes are just sitting for like 3k constantly, so that's something to look at. I'm actually just gonna run in here, and then Blade Storm. Just kidding. I'm gonna stun this guy. Use that. Get that off, and he's dead. Get another execute on this guy. Get 2 overpower stacks. It would have been nice if I got a Mortal Strike before that Warbreaker ran out, but that's fine. It's another execute. Pretty much just use execute whenever it comes up. It's not like you put the dots together in your mind when it comes to what does the most damage. And obviously pressing execute with Warbreaker. I mean, it's a good decision, I'd say. I really do want to go for like a high AoE Warbreaker here soon, so I'm gonna use Sweeping Strikes. Pretty much Sweeping Strikes is just like, it's just free damage. It's like Caressing Whirlwind when you're Fury. I'm just gonna slow this guy. Going to Overpower, apply Rend. Apply Rend to this guy too. I'll actually go on the Rogue. Rogue's just gonna die here. I mean, that's 1 Mortal Strike. And the bleeds, and he's just gone. Go on this guy, and again, apply Rend. Use Hamstring to slow. Use Mortal Strike. Use your Execute proc. Use Overpower whenever it comes up. Trinket that Fear with Berserker Rage. And then use Execute whenever you can. And pretty much, like, for the most part, your Rend and your Mortal Strike and your Deep Wounds, and like every damage that you don't really think about is the damage that keeps you having so much pressure on people. We're gonna go in on this guy. And the setup for arms is actually kind of hard. Like, it's a lot to do, but if you get it off, it's just a lot of damage. Here, I'll stun this guy. So this is pretty much cooldowns. There. This is pretty much cooldowns. Please. Please. Please, no. I'm pretty dead here. That was cooldowns. Shouldn't have overextended like that. Really shouldn't have overextended like that. I could have hit a lot harder. I need to actually know what the fuck I'm doing. So the burst I'm going for, and the burst you want to go for with arms, is you want your Rend on people, you want 2 overpower stacks, you want a Sharpened Blade proc, and then you want 2 Warbreaker, Avatar, Mortal Strike, and you'll crit them for like 13,000. Like, you'll crit people for all of their health. So that's the kind of thing I'm going for. Or the thing I'm trying to showcase here. But kind of getting focused down a little bit. As one does in PvP. It happens. Looks like we're just camping the Midfell Reaver. So I think all I did over there was like just overextend really bad. Don't think it's really worth it to hit this guy. Kind of has a lot of people on him. We'll go to Blood Elf, because I think there's a rogue over there. there a healer over here? Like, if we get a healer, I'll be more confident, but... if they all come mid... do it. Do it. Not even gonna hamstring. I should probably get out of defensive stance. I should use that execute a lot earlier, too. Should have used execute. Like, you want to use execute as soon as it comes up. If there's a huge fight in mid, I'm just gonna go in there and Warbreaker and Bladestorm. Because that does so much damage. In that huge group right there, I think. I'm just gonna do it right here. I'm gonna go on the priest. He's trying to knock us off, I think. And I want to do something with these overpower stacks. I hate that I get them, and then I just can't do anything with them. Going on this rogue. That was a good overpower. Gonna go in defensive stance because I'm taking a decent amount of damage here. Use execute because it procs. Use overpower because it does damage. And usually deep wounds will do a decent amount as well. Gonna go on this lock probably. I should probably be using the charge execute, but I'm not for some reason. It's a ton of damage. Damn. Not sure if our healer's just not healing or what, but for some reason out of everyone it's just me that's dying. So this is where I'd say Fury's better, because Bloodthirst heals and Enraged Regen heals instead of only relying on Victory Rush, but Arms is more of a arena spec. Definitely. Definitely an arena spec. Let me get that mount. There we go. Okay, we're gonna run in there, we're gonna press cooldowns and people are gonna die. Pretty much Warbreaker, Bladestorm will do stuff. Not sure if Sleeping Strikes really does anything with Bladestorm any much. Yeah, it doesn't do anything with Bladestorm anymore. So, let's run in there. Let's do some magical things. Can use Sweeping Strikes right out of this and then just use Execute. I mean, I did my job. I went in there and Bladestormed real hard, and then I got out. See if they play offensively. If they do, I mean... I'll go on this guy. Let's go on whoever. Please. Please. Heal me. I'm just gonna run to the body. Our healers are a little lacking right now, but that's okay. If I can actually res here, I'll be happy. Warbreaker and Bladestorm. Such a good combo. It's like a signature pizza at this point. I'll see how hard that sharpened blade hits. 4k, 5k. That's decent. I'm just gonna stun you. Get an Overpower twice. Get a Mortal Strike. Just run away. GG, I guess. I would have liked to do a lot more. So, arms, in conclusion. You pretty much just Mortal Strike things for a lot of damage. You want to set up as hard as you can for Mortal Strike, so you want to at least Overpower twice, because it increases the damage of your Mortal Strike. Outside of that, you can also Sharpen Blade, which also increases damage by 30%. So Overpower and Sharpen Blade will increase it by 90%. Avatar by another 20%, so 110% increase, and then that with Warbreaker increases the damage you deal to them by 30. So, I don't know the math on that, but you're like, if you use all those cooldowns offensively, and you actually land a Mortal Strike, you're chunking them for like 10k. And I've done it once, but it's like, it's so easy to see when a warrior's bursting, so. But, no, that's arms.